We are back, guys. Welcome to episode, this will be 360 of the Ready, Set, Blow podcast.
That's a lot.
I just, I have one pre-tape, so this is going to come out in 2 weeks, George. Okay. So we're in the future right now.
All right, nice. What's up?
Yeah. Do you know the lotto number?
Still a loser.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you know the lotto numbers for this week?
No, I don't. What's up, dude? Thanks for having me back. Thanks for the show last night.
So you did Molly Malone's last night.
First time.
I know. Unfortunately, I wasn't there. I had to work, but I had a buddy host.
Yeah. What was his name again?
David Hahn.
David. He was nice.
Yeah, great guy. He is actually the episode before this. So when you're listening, you guys would be familiar with who I'm talking about. Yeah. He's a very... my favorite kind of guy. He trashes his own race. It's his entire act.
Is he Filipino, right?
Yeah, or Chinese.
Whatever. They're all... one of those things.
A variety of Chinese.
Yeah, he had an interesting... He had some scruff yesterday. I don't know if he always has scruff.
Yeah, he has that beard going.
And he was wearing a hat, and he reminded me of this... trucker that I follow on TikTok, like this Asian trucker.
What is this, like an OnlyFans that you
follow?
No.
I'm into truck talk.
What?
Trucker TikTok.
What are these, like a CB radio shit? Like
No, it's like truckers like taking you on their everyday life on TikTok. It's like
it's just them sitting in a chair driving. What are
but
you
it's
watching?
like you go and they fill up gas and you get to see like the behind the scenes of the truck.
So you get to see what happens at a truck stop when you put your dick in a glory hole.
Yeah.
All right. I've always wondered what happens.
Lot lizards and all that.
That's got to be one of the best.
Yeah.
Of all of the, like, they have like chuckle fuckers for comedians and puck sluts for hockey, for women who like hockey players. Lot Lizard has got to be the best variety of.
It's very cool.
Chick attached to a certain type of guy.
It gets me. It makes me want to be a trucker. Just like Lot Lizard sounds hot.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, a Lot Lizard.
Scaly.
You like him scaly?
Scaly, a little bit moist. Hot.
Able to survive very dry though if they need to be.
Exactly.
Yeah. It sounds a little sketchy to me, but cool. That's the thing. I wonder like what kind of woman gets into that.
Because it's like,
how does that girl devolve into?
Yeah, it's like, because all the other stuff, it's like, oh, this guy's a comedian, some status, like hockey player, trucker.
Yeah, I'm on a trucker. I'm at a truck stop near Quartzsite, Arizona. It's like, what the fuck? No one goes there. What the fuck are you doing there?
Yeah, that actually, now I'm thinking about it, that's pretty bad. Like maybe the Lot Lizards isn't that good.
So how'd it go last night?
Dude, so at first, I walk in and I had a buddy that showed up, and I mean, you know how it is. You post your flyers and it's like no one's gonna come. Like chances of someone coming,
especially in this fucking town.
Yeah,
your hometown maybe, but everyone here's got better things to do, and they don't include hanging out with you.
Yeah, and then so my buddy is actually one of my best friends. His older brother came, and I was like, oh, what's up, dude? Like haven't seen you in a while. And then the show starts, and we walk in, and there's like barely anyone in there besides the comics, and then Brendan just goes sits, and I send Mike a picture, and it's just like Brendan, like two other people sitting on the wall, and like the comics are in the back, and I'm like, this is Randy's show, he's not even here. I thought you were like pranking me or something. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and it's an episode of Punk you didn't know about.
Yeah, and then I was like, god damn it, Randy, you fucking you would. And then like it was pretty rough, like the first few comics, and it wasn't like there weren't any people, and then some people like filed in, and like
I generally started late. David is Asian, so he probably started on time.
I know 5 minutes early.
Yeah, 15 minutes late is when I start that fucking thing.
So but then like 4 or 5 more people, so it was probably like 7, 8 like actual people in there by the time I got up, and I actually had a really good set. So I was happy, and I got 12 minutes. Well,
that's the thing. I try to have the longer.
Yeah,
it's hard to get anything more than 10. 10's a lot.
Yeah,
but I try to give longer sets because it's a workout room. Like I want to work on shit. The other comics want to work on shit. There have been times we've had 40 people in there, and times we've had 2, and God only knows why. It varies,
Yeah.
So sometimes the room's rocking, sometimes it's dead. But there's having that much time, and also the pressure of knowing you're in the back of a shitty dive bar.
Yeah.
And know who's going to see you. Then you can actually work on stuff. Whereas if you're like if you gotta, if you're doing the goddamn improv open mic, it's like, what if Rita sees me?
Exactly.
So you can't. You're going to do your A material just in case.
Yeah.
That room. There's no fucking way anyone of any import's going to be in the back there. So you can say whatever you want.
No, it was cool. It was cool that like 12 minutes you get to see how everything works out all together, and then. I did well, so it was like, oh, nice to know that I can do well, and like I'm not the best circumstances, and like kind of
Well, that's how you know you. That's how you know
that's
you're really good. Because I've seen fucking A-list comics do some shit room that you drag them into. Obviously, Jeff's done it a bunch of times, and they crush. I'm like, oh, even in this dog shit room, that can happen.
Yeah. One of the first times when I had first met Jeff, and then he took me to this show. It was like a workout room show or whatever, like all new material. And it was just like, it was a terrible show. And like, there was like not many people, and it was mostly comics. And I was like, man, this fucking sucks. Like, I feel bad for Jeff. Like, this is the first one he's taking me to, and it's going to suck, and he's not going to do well, and everyone's doing terrible. And he gets up and he just fucking crushes it, and like brings the whole room. People are coming in from outside who like,
just heard laughter from
and then
afar.
It's like, whoa, like this is when you know you're good. Like, wow, it was cool to see that, like, just switch.
Yeah, and
if you have good material, if you're a good comic.
Good point.
You should tell them about the first time you invited me to see one of your shows.
Oh,
where was that?
It was a Fourth Wall show,
of course,
and they double booked or something. So it was like,
it was your fault.
It was not my fault.
I don't book that room. Don't blame me.
It was not my fault. They double booked or something, and so it was like, Joe Manette, right? The Fourth Wall dude.
Yeah, I know him. I don't know him well, but
yeah. So it was like he does his shows, and then there's also outside other produced shows that use the Fourth Wall. So he had booked an outside produced show and his show both at like 7:30 or something, or 8 o'clock. So then I get here and he's like, oh, actually, you're supposed to be on the like later show. Like, I double booked. Like, my bad.
The waiting around.
It's like, do you want to just do that one? I was like, no, I have like 5 people here. He's like, oh, well, you can ask her if you could be on her show. And I asked her, and she's like, well, yeah, it's kind of like
she's like, all right, I'm gonna take my 5 fucking friends and leave.
Yeah,
good luck with the rest of the show.
Exactly. And then she's like, yeah, it's like the lesbian show though.
Well, you fit right in, dude.
Yeah.
So, no, he brought me to a gay and lesbian show. We sat there and waited 15 minutes for it to start. Well, I ran into people I knew out here because I've been out here for 12 years.
Because you are gay and lesbian.
Yeah. So my intern that I had out here from 8 years ago, hey, Mike, what are you doing here? Hey,
Mike was like,
to see you
Mike's
here.
like, you're gay? Like, what?
Thanks for that, George. Thanks for that.
But yeah, I had a good set on that show though. So,
dude, one of the better shows I did out here. It was like it was literally at the Chateau, and it's called The Future is Feminine in their main room.
Really?
And the woman who
Dude,
books
with your material too?
She reached out to me. She's like, hey, I love your. She saw my Instagram stuff. She's like, I love your stuff. Do you want to come do the show? And I'm like, sure. And then she sent me the flyer. And I'm like the only non-female, non-lesbian, non-trans on the lineup. I'm like, oh, fuck, this ain't going to go well. But it actually worked to my advantage because all of them were stepping on each other's material. I was the only one that had nothing, that did not speak about being gay, lesbian, or a woman.
George was the only one with a 3-minute blowjob joke in front of the girls.
Yeah, that is true. But those are fun shows to do, like those kind of things, and put yourself like, you're in those situations. You're like, I don't know how this is gonna go.
Yeah,
I'll just do it.
I'm thinking back now to like one of the other shows, like one of the first rooms I did in Boston that was like that. That was like, oh, how's this gonna go? It was, I believe I may have spoken about it on this podcast, somebody else's podcast, maybe a while back. But I used to do a show in the basement of a drag bar in Boston.
Nice.
And and so they had the main room, and then like the B room was in the basement. Mm-hmm. And I did it probably 5 or 6 times, and by the end of promoting it well, so it was maybe 15, 20 people down there. It was fun, right? But the best is after the show ended, you'd go upstairs and the main drag show was going on, right? And I'd hang around because I learned pretty quickly that at drag bars, it's not everyone in the crowd isn't in drag. The performers are in drag. The people in the crowd
are hot chicks.
Are mostly hot chicks, bachelorette parties, and their gay male friends. I was the only straight, the only straight man in the room. Dude, chicks were buying me drinks. I was like, this is the fucking best kept secret in Boston. Yeah. My tough guy buddy's like, I'm not going to that fucking room. I'm like, you're a moron.
Yeah, that's Don Solo.
Exactly. Yeah.
What the hell I'm going to go there for?
Yeah, well, these people, it's like Don. It's the people on stage are not the people in the audience. And also, if you go to like a regular bar show in Boston, it's going to be a bunch of other dudes who have no interest in you.
Yeah.
So you're buying your drinks. They hate you because you're a man too. They don't want you there. But they were, and it also like looked good on me. Like it's like, oh, what's this straight? He must be a real ally if he's coming around, hanging around here.
Yeah,
I got to know the bartenders and some of the performers.
You're open-minded dude.
Yeah, made me look real cool.
Yeah, a hero. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank him.
I'm like the Rosa Parks of the trans community. I guess, do drag queens count as? I guess drag queens are drag queens. They're not actually trans, although some could be trans.
I feel like I saw something about this recently. Do they not like each other?
That's
Because they kind of step on each other's toes a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, we know for a fact with all this J.K. Rowling hate that women and even gay women have a thing with trans women because they're not actual women, according to feminists. But to me, well, according to the chromosomes, I don't give a fuck. It's not my choice.
That it is. Yep.
Yeah, it's God's choice. What you came out as. Yeah, blame the big guy. But that's the thing. Like, there's like even in the whole term LGBT. So the full term. Get this: LGBTQIA2+. So you can use that as your password for anything because it meets all the new password requirements: uppercase, lowercase, number, and a symbol. But it does. But if you think
is that a bit of yours?
Yeah, it's an old bit. But
I can tell the way you said it.
Because I got it nailed down.
Yeah.
There's no way it wasn't a bit unless I had to learn it repeating it over and over and over again. But even within that, right? Like, so gay and lesbian, those terms mean you love the same sex.
Yeah.
But then by the time you get to transgender and non-binary and all that, they're saying there is no gender or sex.
Yeah.
So then by their logic, then two gay men can't love each other because they're not actually men, right? They're not gay. There's no gender.
Yeah.
So it kind of falls apart. Like as you go through, it kind of disintegrates.
Yeah, that's what's good for us.
Yeah.
It crumbles all their.
My big beef with that whole thing is who the fuck is going to remember that whole title, that whole acronym, right? Because I don't know why they just go by the Q, right? Because queer, which you can say again, not in my tone of voice, but people can say again.
Gotta add a little to it.
Yeah. Not with my New York accent, thick neck. You can't, but
it doesn't stop you.
But it won't stop me. No, but my two former lesbian roommates told me you can, and I'm like, I was like, well, if queer encompasses everything that's not, biologically male and female that like the opposite sex, then you should just all go by queer.
So
queer means not mainstream, right?
Yeah.
So you just go by queer.
Okay.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like, you're making it too fucking tough for everyone and you keep adding letters and numbers and symbols.
So all gays are queers, but not all queers are gay.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, look at you with the logic.
That's
you should go to law school with that.
Squares and rectangles over here, boy.
Yeah, square is a rectangle. Rectangle is not a square.
That's going to be an SAT question. One of the new SAT questions.
Yeah, I want to know what the 2+ is. I think 2 is like two-spirited. I've heard that, which I don't know what that really means.
That's like schizo?
I mean, my ex-girlfriend, yeah.
Bipolar. Yeah. Didn't they make a movie about that with, what's his name? Not Brendan Fraser, Russell Crowe.
Oh, yeah. But what's the plus? Who's can I be plus?
Isn't it plus everything else?
Is that plus-size chicks? Are they in there now? Is that what that is?
Throw them in there at the end, too.
Just fill it all out.
Yeah, you could be in. We're
like what's
there's not enough room.
Yeah, with all those letters, what could possibly be left? What's the plus? Like where is there any gray area in that? Because it covers.
It's the symbol for Prince.
The plus is just Prince. He's the only one in that category.
Purple plus.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, dude.
Yeah, I accept it.
I dig it, man. I'm down with that. I've said this 1,000 times, man. Like the lifestyle that any like the sexual or gender nonconformists live is much closer to mine because I don't want to get married and have kids. I live with a gay guy. Mm-hmm. I don't give a shit what people do sexually. Apart from the actual hero. Well, apart from the actual sex I like to have, my life is pretty much like a gay man's.
There you go. In West Hollywood, right?
Yeah, I live in West Hollywood with a gay guy. Yeah. So I fit in perfectly with that. It's just the sex. It breaks down when I take my pants off, unfortunately. Yeah. And honestly, it'd be better for me if I did like dudes. I'd get laid more.
Yeah,
those guys have a ton of sex.
You would clean up. You would clean up.
No, any gay guy seems to clean up.
Yeah,
because they're all about like finding their own kink. They like there's bears, there's twinks, and bears can like twinks, twinks can like bears. There's like what they call mask for mask in the gay community, which is masculine men who like other masculine men.
I know what I'm looking up on Reddit.
What I'm looking up on Pornhub.
I just want to know the inner workings of it. That's where you go for Reddit. All the discussion.
Well, my roommate who's gay gave me the lowdown on that. That's how I learned the term mask for mask. Here's another term for you. So, there's tops and bottoms.
Yeah.
But then there's also switch, which means you like to switch it. It means you like to give and receive. So
Do
sometimes
both.
you mix it up.
Okay.
Yeah. Which makes it tough, I would imagine, because if you're both like to
That's
switch,
what I always...
then you both have to do a cleanse before the fucking, right? Like, you can't have a Taco Bell lunch and butt fuck each other at night. You gotta prepare for that.
I'm gonna be honest. I always kind of thought that's how it worked. Like, I knew there were phrases like tops and bottoms, but I always just thought like, oh, you kind of switch around. But is that not how?
Not all gay guys like to switch. Some guys like to receive. Some guys like to pitch. Some guys like to mix it up. Yeah, it's crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah, I guess with chicks, they all have sex the same way. They scissoring fingers, mouths, and dildos. I mean, what else? Unless
all cool.
All cool with me. All the cool stuff.
Or that camera.
That is one thing that women don't get enough shit for. Straight women don't get enough shit for, right? Like, your average straight guy is totally down with lesbian sex. Right?
Yes.
We've all watched lesbian porn as straight men.
Yeah.
But women, I feel like it's far more infrequent that they find two gay men having sex to be arousing in any way.
Yeah, there's no way they're like watching that, right?
Well, certainly at a lower rate than men are.
Yeah.
Every straight man has watched lesbian porn.
Yeah, 100%.
But most straight women do not watch gay male pornography.
Yeah.
Right. So, which goes to show you men are more open-minded. Once again, men are better than women. How many times I got to say it on the podcast?
And that women are hotter.
Oh, that's a given.
Yeah.
I mean, a naked man is nothing you want to look at.
No.
Yeah. I mean, dude, even my naked body getting in the shower, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, it can be rough sometimes.
Look at my fucking wiener. What is that?
That's
weird
like,
appendage with no bones in it.
Shower with the lights off.
With a glass of wine.
By candlelight. Yeah, it actually kind of sounds pretty nice.
If you were gay, that's a great question. Way to start a question. If you were gay, what kind of man do you think you'd look for? Do you think you'd look for a masculine guy or a feminine dude?
Probably like a masculine dude who's like at least like you can watch sports and stuff with.
I mean that's the direction I think I would go, because like obviously I'm sexually attracted more by a feminine look, but that's when you're in a relationship with someone, most of your time isn't spent having sex. Right?
Yeah.
So I'd rather find a guy who's more like me that I like hanging out with, who occasionally I have sex with, than like a really effeminate man who I might be more sexually interested in, but don't want to be around as a human being. You know what I'm saying?
You need someone to like play video games with and stuff.
Yeah. Which is why I think I get along with lesbians so well. Because they're more, they tend to be a little more masculine than your average straight guy.
Chicks.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
didn't know where you were going, but now,
you were taking me down a weird path, Randy. I don't know where we're going to end on this one.
I get it now. So you hang out with a lot of gays and lesbians, then.
Dude, yeah. When I was living in Boston, I lived with 2 lesbian chicks for 3 years.
Where do you find them? I mean, I guess
they found me. Well, I found those 2 in my old apartment.
Like, I know where they are, but like you just go over the hill. But how do you approach? Like,
well, see, that's the thing. So I met the 2 of them. They lived downstairs from me in the previous building that all 3 of us lived in. They were living in like together in a 1-bedroom, and I was living in a 1-bedroom by myself. Mm-hmm. They were moving out. I was moving out and I wanted to bring my my rent and expenses down. And they're like, "Hey, we're gonna get a 2-bedroom. Would you want to just rent the second room from us?" I'm like,
nice.
Fuck yeah. And that's the other dude. Living with gay people, man, they take care of all the furnishings. The house is always clean. They're not slobs for the most part. I mean, any chick's bathroom can always be a war zone because it's eyelashes.
That's their one
brushes.
spot. Yeah.
But otherwise, the house is immaculate. And then I moved in with a gay guy, and that's kind of the same thing, but it's even better because he doesn't hit on any girl I would ever bring home because he's not into it.
That's true.
Whereas my 2 former lesbian roommates have done that plenty of times.
Did they ever steal them from you? Or
no.
They never got
one time,
that far?
one girl that I was dating was like, "What should I do?" I was like, "Well, it's up to you, but if you go in there with him, I'm filming it." That's my only rule. I was like, "I don't have to participate. I just want to film it."
Now, how did
fuck you? And then she said no.
How were your 2 lesbian roommates attractive?
Yeah, they were. They were kind of like what they call lipstick lesbians, and they were like the belle of the ball in Boston. They were like known in the lesbian community.
Oh, really?
And that's how I got to meet a bunch of them. So like the
1% of lesbians.
Yeah.
Nice.
So like in the Pride Parade in Boston, or the Pride Weekend in Boston, there's like a bunch of events. They have like the main parade, but there's also an event called the Lesbian Block Party, where it's like lesbians only. and they invited me over as an ally. And I got to
Lesbians
meet a
and
bunch of
Randy.
them. It was great, dude. It was awesome, dude. Yeah, finally, fucking bitches bought me a drink at the bar.
And that was, and so those two girls brought you there.
Yeah, so that's how.
Oh, so yeah, then you were the fucking man if you were with the 1%ers of the.
Yeah, I'm the cool ally.
Yeah, it's like hanging around. It's like when Jeff brings you to like the Comedy Store. It's like, I'm with Jeff today. Like I feel so.
Yeah. You said all of a sudden you're in the back.
Yeah,
you know, fucking partying.
I know I'm not supposed to be here, but I like it.
I'm with him.
Yeah. That's funny.
Oh man, so have you been on the road at all? I saw you got fucking broken down on your way to Arizona, man. What a bitch. Is that the first time doing Arizona?
No, so this was going to Mic Drop San Diego.
Oh, San Diego, sorry.
Yeah, so I was going to Mic Drop San Diego to open for Chappelle Lacey. And sweet. I'm driving my uncle's 94 Suburban right now.
Look pretty fucking sweet.
Dude, yeah, it's
old
sick.
School, I like it.
Terrible on gas and has a lot of miles on it. So I'm driving down, and before I was like, man, maybe I should, call and ask my mom to switch out with her car because it's like this thing's pretty old. And I'm driving down there. I was like, I don't have time. I just gotta go. So I'm driving down there, and just when you like get past like into like Santa Ana and Orange County, where it starts to open up a little bit after like an hour and a half of brutal LA traffic, my steering wheel, like I feel like lock. I'm like, I don't have like steering
power
anymore.
Steering
yeah, I was like, this is not good. And then a second later, the check all gauges lights pops up. It's like, that's never good. Like all gauges, like that's never a good sign. Cars are not supposed to do that. And then my heat thing went all the way over there. I was like, this is terrible. I got to pull over. So I start pulling over, and then I'm like, oh shit, my brakes are like basically gone too, because I guess the brakes are connected. And then I'm like, I'm going 80 miles an hour down the 5, and so I get over. I was gonna just like go on the side of the freeway, just like
drop it in
first.
neutral, just float down as best you can.
But then I was like, I don't want to stop like on the shoulder of the freeway, because what if I can't like get going again? I'm just gonna push
get
it
off an exit.
So I got off the exit, got into like this park, and I opened up the hood and just smoke everywhere. I was like, Jesus Christ, water spilling out. This is not good. And like the belt, like the serpentine belt, was just in shambles, and like this
serpentine belt, is that the technical term?
Serpentine, but that is the name. That is the.
I thought there was only like a fan belt. I didn't know there were multiple belts in the car.
I guess there are.
Fuck dumb I am. Yeah, fucking dumb I am. I don't
Yeah, and then I called up Chappelle. I was like, dude, not making it. I'm not making it down. And then I get a tow truck, AAA, and he's like, oh, where are you going? He's like, oh, I was gonna, do comedy with Chappelle Lacey. He's like, I fucking love Chappelle Lacey. He knew who Chappelle Lacey was.
Did you tell him to tow it to the fucking club?
No, because I was like, I just want to fucking get this car home.
Yeah, dude. See, that's what I worry about.
And I was so bummed because I was like so excited. It's so much fun.
Would that be your first time doing Mic Drop?
First time doing Mic Drop.
Good
yeah.
move. Shout out Casey Courier.
Yeah, I DM'd them just today, seeing if I could do something else like one of their showcases. Haven't responded. So if you guys see this,
yeah. So it's,
open my DM.
It's Casey and Hillary.
Okay, I just
two of the best.
DM the Instagram. Maybe I'll find their names.
Yeah. Well, they actually, speaking of Arizona, they just opened up a new room in I believe it's Chandler or Mesa, somewhere, one of the neighborhoods, or Glendale, one of the neighborhoods just outside of Phoenix.
I think it's Mesa, because Chappelle Lacey's marketing team accidentally were running ads for that one, and it was like Chappelle Lacey coming home.
He has a marketing team. Fucking good for you, Chappelle.
Well, he has his marketing, because
what does that cost?
His agents do it, I guess. I don't know exactly.
They're taking a piece of his whole ass. Okay.
I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know how it works.
Yeah,
well, we know a marketing team apparently gets you ads in the wrong area. Is what I'm hearing.
But anyway,
whatever's paying them, they're being overpaid.
That's how I think it's in Mesa, because it said coming home. Which he was not. He was in San Diego. So
well, whoever was playing that weekend had an awesome sold out crowd.
Yeah,
they were just angry it wasn't Chappelle Lacey when he got on stage.
They're like, where's the black guy?
What the fuck is this shit? Yeah.
It's Randy Feltface. They're like, where's Chappelle Lacey?
Very, very, very different kind of comic. Yeah, dude, I stress out about that. Like, that's like one of the best tips I got. Right before I moved out, I was doing shows in Spokane with Chris Frangiola. And he's like, oh, you're moving out? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, the only piece of advice is get a very reliable car, because you're going to be driving around a lot, doing gigs and all this and that.
Yeah.
Bullshit. He's like, so don't, it's like, I know everyone wants to get a beater and save money. He's like, but just get something that could put, a Toyota Camry, 250,000 miles on it, a Honda Civic, which I got. He's like, because If it breaks down, you can easily get parts and all that other bullshit. But some older car like that, you're kind of.
That's the thing. I like those old junky cars and stuff. I like. I'm looking for I'm on Facebook Marketplace all the time. Offer up just because it's so much fun to like look at these old pieces of junk. Be like, I fucking want to go check this thing out. And
more importantly, you had half this studio in the back of that thing.
Oh, is that? Oh, you borrowed some cameras from the big guy?
I borrowed stuff from Mike. Yeah, and I was like,
I didn't even know that was an option.
Yeah,
I want to film some X-rated videos later. I'm gonna take these fucking me and you, George.
Just plastic wrap.
Yeah, put a poncho over it.
I texted Mike. I was like, "Thanks for letting me borrow your equipment. Don't think I'm going to be using it. I'll come drop it off tomorrow."
Yeah. So how did you end up getting So would they just tow you to the nearby service station and you dealt with it there?
They took me all the way back home.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, from Santa Ana to Glendale.
I didn't know. I thought there was like a limit on how far AAA would tow you.
Well, I guess the limit is Santa Ana to Glendale. I don't know if they would have taken
a good 2 hours.
Yeah, the guy was pretty cool, the tow truck driver, but at the end,
sit next to him and talk the whole time.
Yeah, but at the end there, he was getting pretty personal. He's like, "Man, I'm just." A couple months ago, I hit rock bottom, man. I was like, we do not need to go into that stuff.
Did you make it through your whole act on the drive?
I did not give him the whole act.
Yeah, he gave him the whole 5 minutes. And they sat in silence for an hour 55.
I'm like, Chappelle Lacey, but do you want to hear? Who's
some
open for him?
Yeah, I got some new stuff. Let me know if this works. You pull out a little scrap of paper, dude. I always feel so weird about people who over reveal stuff, like strangers and shit.
Yeah.
It happens a lot, especially after comedy shows. People have been drinking. Oh, you're my favorite up there. Thanks. And then all of a sudden they take one of your jokes to mean that like you somehow agree with their ideologies.
Yeah, like, no.
And they're edging into something racist or sexist or bigoted. I'm like, whoa, man. I was joking about my lesbian roommates. Not fucking. I'm not shitting on lesbians in general.
Yeah.
Let's not turn this rape into a murder, buddy.
Like, actually, can you proofread my manifesto? You covered a lot of it in your act. And I'm like, no, it was. Yeah, and then I was like, then I started giving this guy like kind of like a motivational speech. I was like, man, just keep working out. Like, you like to cook. You should start doing those cooking videos you were talking about. Like, you never know what kind of doors it's going to open. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, maybe you're right. Catering.
Your life is falling apart. You know your life's falling apart if you're taking life advice from a comedian.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we should not be.
His car broke down on the side of the road.
Yeah, his car blew up and he's...
The opening feature act.
Yeah, like fucking hell, dude. It's like, guy, you have a job with benefits. I should be taking life advice from you. Yeah. AAA is a major corporation. I'm fucked over here. Like I'm getting paid in chicken nuggets.
Yeah, it's a good point. I do wonder what he's doing though. But that was another thing where it's like you're in the tow truck and you kind of like, I don't know, glorify like the same thing with truck driver. Like, man, just like the open road, this guy gets to drive all the time. I don't know.
You love something about that, huh?
Yeah. I don't know.
You know what's funny? I like it too. I like doing long road trips in the car and all that. I love doing the road for comedy. I like being sort of the Rolling Stone, the traveling salesman, which lends itself easier towards that, which is probably good if you want to get on the road and do all this kind of shit. But a lot of people, I hear it all the time, especially like, other comics on the road, like, back on the road. I'm like, that's the fucking job, man.
Yeah.
Like, I hope I'm never home when I make it. I'm gonna fucking go out for 6 months straight. Like,
and you've been hitting the road for a while now, so it's like, and you haven't been taught, because I know a lot of people, they'll say like, it's so cool, like at the beginning, like we're going on the road, but then they're like, oh man, airports again. But you never, it never got old to you.
No, because I could sleep on the airplane. The tough part, it's always the tough part, is getting up and making the flight out, right? Because you have the excitement going there. Coming back, you're hungover, the party's over.
That's the worst.
Things went great, but then you're like, oh, fuck. Like back home, and you're hungover and tired, you're getting up early, all that shit.
Yeah. But there's nothing worse than the hungover flight back.
Yeah. Dude, that's why like on road trips, like if I go on a road trip with buddies, or the gal or whatever, I'll always offer to do the driving there.
Yeah, that's the best
I'll
one.
go first. Yeah, you're all jacked up,
so
talking in the car. And then you drive back. Oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
I'm fucking sleeping in the passenger seat. Hungover. I smell like whiskey.
Yeah. Damn, road trips are so much fun, man.
Yeah,
making me think about them.
Would you be a truck driver if you didn't do this? Is that what you would be doing?
No.
Like, what are your actual talents outside of talking about your balls?
It just like, I don't know. It's just like one of those. You glorify, glamorize those kind of things, I guess, or I don't know, just like
you're just like into trucks as a kid or something.
Yeah, that too. But I don't know, it just seems cool. Like, fucking go up to 5. Go up to 5 just till it stops.
Well, it doesn't stop until
then,
fucking Alaska, I don't think.
Yeah, then unload a pallet of
whatever.
Something. Yeah, kind of. And then go back down.
It's easy to glamorize things when you don't know shit about
Yeah,
shit.
I know. That's what I'm saying. He said, would you do it? I was like, no, I probably wouldn't, but it's cool to think about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, there's another one, because I've had some couple adult actresses on, and they're like, oh, yeah, porn looks so fun. It's like, dude, yeah, exactly. You know, men in porn, like, a lot of times have to start by being gay for pay.
Yeah.
It's like, they don't tell you about that part.
Yeah.
They also tell you about people eating craft services while you're hammering away some girl that you actually don't even like at all.
Yeah.
You know, like they don't all get along. It's like, oh, I gotta fuck this pig.
Yeah, that is a weird thing to think about with that. Yeah, like their coworker. That's like your coworker.
It's also uncomfortable. They're like fucking on hard surfaces, not in a bed like normal people. It's like it's weird performance art.
Who have you had on here? Would I know?
I had Onyx Muse on. I've had a couple OnlyFans girls on, but then after that, a bunch more reached out. It's like
really?
one of the management agencies like, hey, would you want to interview some of our girls? I'm like, yeah, just let me know when they're in LA. I'll talk shit to anybody for an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got questions about everything.
Yeah.
You know,
that's cool.
I was talking to when I was talking to Onyx Muse, she was telling me, and Mike might know something about this. He looks like the kind of guy. Financial domination. Have you heard this kink?
Financial domination.
Yeah.
I don't have the money for that. You pegged me wrong.
I am being financially dominated right now by life.
Exactly. Yeah, life is financially dominating me. No, but apparently these women don't even have to have sex for money. What guys will do is they'll just like buy them shit, but then they'll take it a step further and they'll give them the credit card, like their personal credit cards, and give them their bank account information, and then have them like fake extort them and say, hey, you got to spend this on me or else I'm going to, tell your wife or your boss. That's
cool.
I mean, which is crazy. Like, so they're getting the anxiety of getting caught cheating without the sex.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is the point? What is the point there, dude?
Yeah. When I said it, that's cool. It's cool for the girl.
Oh yeah, it's fucking awesome for the girl, dude.
Yeah.
Could you imagine just having someone send you money for nothing? That's the dream. I mean, like,
damn, that's nice.
They're essentially like welfare babies, but it's only one person.
And they don't have sex.
No.
If any of you ladies want to start a podcast, I have a studio for you. You got a credit card? I'll figure out how to use it.
Yeah, we'll double charge the fucking guy whose credit card it is. But also,
we'll put it on air. It'll be a kink.
Yeah, exactly. We'll
tip extra.
Yeah, we'll threaten to show the credit card number and the security code on the camera.
Yeah, well, it'll be a live stream, so you can't edit it out. It's just like,
I know, but I wonder, like, what gets you? How do you arrive at that kink? Because I feel like no one starts out into feet or into this or that. But like they kind of edge up.
Yeah, I don't know how you get to that point.
You got to just have too much.
It's got to be
too much.
Yeah.
So
money
safe.
and power.
Like, what small town do you live in where you have so many millions to where it's like that's your only? Someone could take all this from me.
Yeah, it's like Marlon Brando. You know how he eventually apparently had sex with Richard Pryor because he already fucked every woman in Hollywood. He's like, well, I'm gonna start fucking the dudes now.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, like he was bored with women,
Yeah, that's what that's what I heard they said about, or he said it about himself. Army Hammers, like I just.
Oh, I want to drink your blood stuff.
He's just like I could have sex with any girls. I had to start like. Eating
so now I want to cut them. Whoa, dude, easy Dahmer.
Yeah, no, I guess heavy lies the crown kind of thing. Just like.
I mean, I wonder how long, if I was in that position, how long would if I looked and had Army Hammer's money, how long could I hold out before I turn into an absolute
I think for
freak?
you'd probably be fine because we already have like a smaller test case where it's like people say they get tired of going on the road. I think you just maybe have that personality where it's like this is awesome and it's always gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I guess I know when enough's enough.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Never got tired of steak and potatoes.
Yeah.
I've made it this far. Still like it.
Yeah, exactly. And there's also I think it also helps that I'm older now. Like if it happened to me, if I was as big as Bieber at 20, I'd be dead by 25, right? but if I make it as big as Bieber now, it's like, all right, well, I've already lived a life, most of my life not famous.
Yeah.
So I'd be better equipped to handle it when it does happen.
Yeah.
Or you can go the opposite way and be just a huge arrogant prick and like get back at everybody.
Yeah, because now you got the money and confidence. You can do everything that you wanted to do, and like.
Yeah, but I don't think I'd be that guy, man. I've said it before, in my personal life. Like I hope to someday be incredibly wealthy so I can grossly overpay my friends to work for me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, like Adam
it'd be
Sandler,
great.
Adam Sandler
Yeah,
style.
it'd be great, dude. If I was
all-
making $50 million a year, I'd pay you a fucking $1 million just to sit in
Yeah,
my apartment and
hang
hang
out.
out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a shit. What does it matter?
Put David Spade in a movie, like just that's the best. Like just like you want to be Joe Dirt.
Yeah. Well, what's crazy about that is they're so powerful and famous that it's not even their money. They're getting a studio to pay for their friend.
Yeah,
You know, it's not even coming out of their fucking pocket.
Netflix.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Give him the money. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
You know,
damn, that's
there's a lot of that.
That's how you know you.
I mean, look at Judd Apatow's entire family. Not a movie is made of his without both his daughters and his wife. in
Yeah,
it.
yes. What's her name? Mari.
Oh yeah,
Maurice.
one of them.
Yeah.
And then was it Leslie Mann?
Yeah, they're good looking daughters.
Well, you know how funny that is? I'm so old, I don't even know if I can comment on how good that
We
is.
feel the age gap. We're sitting
Yeah,
there
I
like,
was like, wait a
Leslie
minute.
Mann, I'd hit. And
I was
he's
going
like,
to say,
Leslie Mann's daughter,
Yeah,
I'd
I'll
hit.
comment on Leslie Mann's attractiveness. I feel uncomfortable talking about because I don't know if they're of age. I'm not going to fucking say
Dude,
it on air.
they're for sure. I think they went to USC
Well, for you.
or something.
Yeah, what are you, 25? You got fucking
26.
Yeah, you can have sex with a girl
Yeah,
17.
yeah.
Well, not 17. 18.
They're not 17 though.
18.
I think, they're
What is the age of consent in California?
Maud, that's the name.
Maud?
Can you imagine saying Maud over and over in the sack, though?
Yeah, you have to give her a
Maud.
nickname.
Yeah, what is
Sugar Tits or something.
Sugar tits? Maud.
Yeah, what's the worst pet name you ever gave to a girl you dated?
I've never given pet names. I think I don't know. I don't.
Really? Hey, what's up, baby?
I'm
Come
pretty,
here, baby. You
I'm
know,
pretty
none of that?
vanilla. I don't know. Yeah, I did have a friend who. This is funny story. He. Well, I guess we gave his. They weren't dating, but kind of like his slam piece a name. we nicknamed her.
I hadn't heard that term slam piece in like 5 years. I love it.
We nicknamed her the Whale.
Holy
You
shit.
probably can figure out why.
Yeah.
She loved the beach. No, she was.
And In-N-Out Burger. But
she was bigger. And then one time he said, like, he's so dumb. He saved her name in his phone as the Whale.
oh
And
my.
she saw the contact.
What a fucking
And then
dope.
she's like, "What does this mean?" And he's like, well, "She's
That's what my friends call you. You can blame it on all you. Like,
But she lived in Orange County though, so it's like, oh, just it's because you live in Orange County, like you're near the beach.
Did you buy it?
I don't think so, but I don't think she really pushed him much further after that. And
well, what probably happened is that he's more attractive than her, so she was like, I just got to take that on the chin, you know?
he's
Or is he an ugly fuck too?
he's not. You know, they say opposites attract, but in this case, the same. No, he's not big, but no, he's fine looking.
Yeah, you know that is actually one of the things. Like you do see a lot of you unless I mean there are some instances where you see, you know, one partner being considerably heavier than the other, but typically, I feel like people sort of match body types because like if you're into the gym, the other person into the gym. If you like to go out and eat, the other person likes to eat. If you like to drink, the other person likes to drink. 'Cause why the fuck would someone who likes to eat and drink too much hang out with someone who's always in the gym? Like you guys,
Yeah.
you know, I want to go work out. Well, I want to go fucking hang out, and so so never cross paths.
I'm glad you brought this up, and I hope I don't sound, you know, offensive in saying. But if you're,
Well, you're in the right place.
Have you? I've always thought like you'd be like see this guy who's like not good looking at all, and then he's dating a girl who's also not good looking, and but it's like he's got to know that they're like. What if he thinks she's what does he think about her?
Yeah,
like he's got to know they're like, or does he just like accept like
You know, it's funny you bring that up because I've actually read a study and watched a documentary that kind of brought this up. They've done it where everyone, you know, like they had 20 guys, 20 girls go in a room, and they had the opposite sex rank the men, and the men ranked the women. So they ranked each other from 1 to 10. Right? They put that average score like on a hat or something that they couldn't see. So, but people would match up with like numbers. Like a 7 would generally drift towards a 7.
Yeah.
And 10 to
Interesting.
10.
Yeah.
And I think what it is that you subconsciously rate yourself, and you're like, that girl's out of my league, but the rest of these girls,
Yeah,
and you kind of get that sort of vibe. It's like a subconscious thing that we do, but it's also a little psychological, right? Like, because you see that a lot in Hollywood, right? Guys with money and power will date a 10 because in their mind fucking famous
That's
or top
true.
shit.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So that brings their number up
That's
in
a
their
good
mind.
point.
So
Yeah.
there's that gets involved with it too.
Yeah, because there's this kid in high school. I just remember him saying like, my girlfriend's so hot, and he wasn't, and she wasn't. I was like, no, she's not, but his girlfriend is hot. Like, but you have to like, do you like?
Well, and I've had this argument with Jeff because he's like, oh, she's objectively hot. I'm like, well, there's no such thing. You know, like at some level we can all agree on like what base level what traits are attractive physically, but to find someone sexually attracted to you, you have to have that sort of connection, right? So like, there's been times he's brought around some girls who are all LA'd up and fucking Botox and all this other bullshit, fake tits and all that, and they're attractive. I know they're attractive, but that's not the kind of girl I like. I like more outdoorsy, physically fit, active girls. Yeah, girls who who don't wear high heels all the time. I'm not into high heels. Like I don't.
Yeah, I see what you're. Yeah.
So like I get why you find her. I get why people would find her attractive, but I'm not into her. Yeah, I know why she's attractive, but I don't like that. That's not what I go for. Yeah. Just like I don't go for fat chicks. That's not true. Because there's some girls that I like that is probably Jeff likes them skinny and all this shit. And I like a nice dumb truck, and he's like, oh, I'm not into that. I'm like, well, I am. Good, more for me.
No, I have one friend who's like, who's been before. He's like, oh, she's like, send a girl over and it's like, oh, she's, or like comment on the girl like she's fat or she's not. I was like, wait, she is not fat. Like that one is not fat. How can you say? And it's just like, I guess, like to your point, like the different, like what we value in each thing. Yeah.
So what's the ugliest girl you ever dated? Are we going south of 5? Not even dated, but just hooked up with. Are we going south of 5 here?
I don't know. Your mom's a 6.
On a good day.
Nice, Mike. Yeah, south of 5.
Yeah,
it happens.
A little slump buster.
It happens. Yeah.
Listen, I've said it. 1,000 times. A thirsty 6 is a lot more fun than a lazy 9. I'll take that 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, they do get pretty eager though, and sometimes
they're fun. Yeah, they're fun. Fun goes a long way for me, man. Yeah. If you're not a bite in the ass, there's a ton of hot girls who are like, oh, what a fucking drip. I don't even want to room with her.
You feel good about it too. You're it's kind of like doing like one of those Make-A-Wish things. You're like, this is her. I am.
You think highly of yourself? You fucking dork.
I'm her John Cena.
Yeah. Exactly.
When you see me coming, it's not good. You don't have much time.
Dude, I was working on a bit. I was joking around with this, but like, I was like, I should actually date girls with terminal illnesses, because I want to seem like a good guy, but I also have commitment issues. It was like, oh man, what a sweetheart, Randy. A girl with terminal cancer. It's like, but she won't be around long.
Yeah, there's a clock. There's a clock.
So I get the credit for doing for being the Make-A-Wish guy, but I don't have to hang around too long. You know what I'm saying?
How the audiences receive that joke? Did they?
Men like it, women fucking hate it. Women fucking.
I can imagine.
But that's most of my act. So.
Yeah, that's true. What'd you do last? Was San Diego the last thing you guys had?
The last thing I did was Toledo.
How was that?
The first show was like one of the worst audiences, and Jeff will corroborate this. The room is great, the staff is great. Just for whatever reason, the first show Friday, the crowd was old, drunk, and you couldn't get them you couldn't get the whole room on the same page at once. Yeah. And as the night went on, they were fucking yelling up at me, and I was middling. I was like, you guys can talk to me all you want, but I'll tell you right, and I'll play with you, but I'll tell you right now, you keep this shit up with Jeff. Yeah.
did they keep the shit up?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Of course. Fuck. I mean, the comedy club throw people out. I've never heard of that. Yeah. People remove themselves from comedy clubs. There's no fucking security at these places.
Do you like going to those like small towns and like that stuff?
I do, and I also feel like it's I almost feel responsible, right? Because I would hate to be the guy that's just like, oh yeah, Jeff, I'm going to do Arizona, fucking Dallas, New York, and you can go fuck yourself on Huntsville, fun. Alabama. I'm not going to, I want to show up for good times and bad, but sometimes those small towns are actually really fun because you get into it with the people. I mean, they really fucking appreciate you showing up.
Yeah, that's like
they'll take you to their fucking local hangout spots and all that stuff. Yeah. And look, comedy in those rooms. I mean, fucking comedy's comedy everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm wasting time during the day. The highlight is always the shows at night. Yeah, and then bullshitting after and having drinks. And Toledo, the club's treated me great. Thanks for having me out. It was a great fucking time.
And then also, like, especially with like your comedy and Jeff's comedy, I feel like in those kind of like smaller towns, or like middle America or those kind of places, it's like they don't want to be lectured about how bad they are, which isn't your guys' set.
Exactly.
It's like for them, it's like you guys are like, oh, these guys are like awesome. They like, this is the stuff I want to hear.
Exactly.
Like
And
just funny comedy.
LA
like,
audiences are the hardest audiences I play.
Yeah.
Because they're so up their own ass. You know, like, oh, you know, I don't know how California has this laid back, vibe. People say it has a laid back vibe. I'm like, dude, people in LA are so
not at all.
uptight. It's ridiculous, dude. So insecure and so highly wound and so self-conscious. Like, you fucking have a laugh at yourself.
But
Calm down.
it's also, it's like, it's kind of crazy like how it changes like so quick just in LA. Because we were, I did the Ice House last week.
I got to do the new Ice
House. And
House.
then it was so good, such a good room. Everyone was coming back saying, "Man, the Ice House is like this is such a good crowd." And the other times I've done it is like the same thing. And then like after like Jeff and like all the other guys were saying like, "Man," and then you go to like to the other clubs in like Hollywood, and everyone's like so uptight and everything. And that's just from Hollywood to Pasadena.
Yeah, that is a big difference. Like once you're in,
that's like
if you're
10 miles.
Exactly. If you're in the Valley or you're down in South Bay. It is not an LA crowd.
Yeah.
It's more like a road crowd.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you're on the West Side or in Hollywood and West Hollywood, it's an LA crowd. And those crowds can be real chippy.
But it's also funny because the like South Bay and like the Pasadena and Valley, those are like the real LA crowds because those people are like probably from LA.
Yeah,
whereas
from
those
LA.
people, the LA crowds, those are all people who like moved here and like came into the scene or whatever, and like doing all that.
Yep. All the people who have real jobs live in the Valley and in the South Bay.
Exactly.
And, up Glendale or whatever. Maybe not Glendale because it's very Persian. But
hey,
they don't have.
I'm Glendale. It depends.
You're renting from a Persian. I'm sure he owns your entire block.
It's different from Glendale.
Or Armenian, whatever.
Even Glendale's different. They're like North Glendale, South Glendale.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
You want to get to a little news? I know we're getting close here.
This is my favorite part.
I know, it's mine too. Over 70% of Americans cheat at bachelor and bachelorette parties, according to survey.
Believe it.
Yeah, more than 70% of Americans.
And guilty.
You're not married. You can't fucking cheat at your own bachelorette party. Bachelor party. It says more than 70% of Americans have cheated on their partners while attending raucous bachelor or bachelorette parties. Bonus Finder surveyed 6,000 people, including the soon-to-be betrothed and their guests, about the frisky business of these events, and defined cheating as ranging from flirting or downloading dating apps, sexting, or actually sleeping with a partner. So 70%. The most common instances of infidelity were relatively chaste, including receiving a lap dance and smooching. See, that 70% number, it seems inflated to me. When I think cheating, I think, one of your sex organs has touched another person.
Yeah.
Getting a lapper or, flirting with a girl at a bar, that's not cheating.
Definitely inflated number for sure. I agree with you that the organs have to be touching and that stuff. Lap dance, fine. Flirting, fine. Kissing, you shouldn't do that.
Kissing, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. But it's like that.
Weird, but not cheating. Like disrespectful, like fuck you, but
it would cause some big problems,
intercourse.
but you could like work past that. But then so that 70% is definitely an inflated number, but I do believe like it probably is a decently high number.
Yeah, I bet it's roughly the same as people who cheat in their when they're not at these parties. Like whatever. Like if people are going to cheat, they're going to cheat whether or not they're at the fucking bachelorette party.
Exactly.
What I have found in my personal life, though, and I won't name any names, but I had a couple bachelor parties of my own for the marriage I'm no longer in, and I've been to a bunch of other buddies' parties. And what I've found is that the guys who are already married are the ones who get the most out of control and do the most fucked up shit.
I believe that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's like they're let out of a cage. Like I've been married for 10 years and I'm going to my little brother's bachelor party, and they're the one banging two strippers two at a time.
It's making up for lost time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which is weird in one way because they're the ones who made a commitment, but makes sense in another in that they're the farthest from having had a chance to have sex with another girl in a while.
Yeah. So I saw a car today drove past me, and on the back they wrote in like the car paint or whatever, just divorced, they cheated. And I really wanted to catch up to it because I wanted to see if it was a man or a woman in there, but I was having problems with the Suburban. I couldn't go past 55 at the moment. So I couldn't go on, but I was just thinking in my head, like, I know how biased I am, because it's like a man getting cheated on and having divorce, like you feel so bad for the dude. And you're like, fuck, man, that sucks. Like, I'm sorry. Just like, you must be in like a really dark place. That sucks. But then I was thinking like, if it's a girl getting cheated on, I was like, I mean, come on, like,
You want
It's
to
just like-
you want to be the shoulder to cry on or the dick she sucks on?
yeah. It's just like, I'm so like, for the guy, I'm like, oh, you poor dude, like, I'm sorry, man. Like, and the chick is just like, come on, why did he? You got to understand why he did. Let's figure out why. You know, he's not a terrible person.
Yeah.
Why would you write that on your car?
I know. Again,
That's a loser's
too
cuck
much
thing.
information,
It's-
too revealing.
It's dunking on yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Look at me. I'm a loser. They cheated on me.
Yeah.
Did he have a Venmo account written on there that you missed or something? So it's like, my girl cheated on me. Here's my
Yeah.
Venmo. Buy me a brew.
He got a,
then if you're stuck on the
GoFundMe going for himself to pay for the divorce.
you're stuck on the 405 for
That's
3
smart.
hours, and
Yeah.
you get like $600.
I'm just gonna write that on my car. Then I'm just like, tell people.
Yeah, and honestly, in a male female relationship, particularly in a marriage, I feel like when a woman cheats, it's worse than when a man does.
Yeah.
2 reasons. One, the expectations, right? For some reason, the whole world says men are dogs. When men and women cheat, roughly the same percentage. Men just get caught more, so women are better at it. But 2. Women are the ones that have access to sex, right? Who
Yeah.
give permission. So if she cheated, it was her idea.
Yeah.
Whereas if a guy cheated, he got fucking lucky. And,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like he duped somebody into it. Yeah.
No, it definitely stings more when it's the woman cheating than the
Yeah.
man. I think, and I'm probably just biased. Would like to hear what the ladies have to say.
Yeah, I don't give a shit what they have to say.
Yeah.
That's what that's a fact in my mind.
Yeah.
But please,
Who
hit
cares?
please hit the comments in YouTube and trash me to help
Yeah.
my algorithm.
Yeah, help us out.
Help me out on that one. All right, this is a really fun one. Let me get this right. Bridget Watkins, 43, of Summit, Arkansas, who allegedly took some baby deer into her home with the intentions of training them to be attack hunters, was taken into custody on Friday. At the time of the arrest, Watkins was in possession of several grams of meth, 4 deer, and many stolen broken electronics. Attention was drawn to Watkins when she began giving meth to the young deer, and they were caught rummaging through people's garages and back porches. A homeowner followed one of the deer back to Watkins' residence in an attempt to recover his property, and he found himself face to face with Watkins wearing only a duct tape bikini, disassembling his clock radio.
What the
Charges
fuck?
Charges are pending, and further investigation has to be done.
There's so much to unpack here.
I know.
It's like if Santa's life took a wrong turn. It's just like,
If Santa had a meth addiction.
I don't know. I like the idea of like an army of deer, like to go and like
Yeah.
do all your like meth addict things for you. Just, like,
I have a couple questions.
drones.
One, why did she pick deer to be her attack
That is,
hunters?
yeah, that,
Right?
that is an
Pick
interesting
a more
choice.
aggressive animal. Like, 2, how the fuck did she get 4 of them?
Yeah,
How do you capture 4 deer with your hands?
Not an
they
aggressive.
were alive. I mean,
not,
like,
not an aggressive animal, not an easily accessible animal, not an easy to train animal. It's just like where?
yeah, go to the fucking town. You get 4 dogs for free.
Yeah.
Like,
Pit bull or something.
yeah, exactly.
And dude, that.
I wonder what a deer on meth is like.
Yeah.
I mean, they were picking through people's property, but I wonder if, like, do they get all jacked up and start fucking each other? Like, what's a deer's?
I'm imagining them picking through as like a homeless, like they're on 2 feet and like like go looking through the trash cans and stuff.
Almost like back in the day at the record store when they're flipping through albums somehow. They're like just going through shit.
Yeah.
And meth is also like it's a speed drug, so it suppresses your appetite. So I mean, but these are grazing animals. So like, what do they do with all that excess energy if they're not into eating? Is it wandering around aimlessly?
Yeah, it's where was this?
Arkansas, rural Arkansas.
That checks out.
That
That checks out.
Yeah.
And charges are pending.
Pending further investigation.
It's there to investigate.
Yeah,
Like
I want to know that
they followed the deer back. Like guilty. I don't need to know anything else if a deer's.
I want to hear from the 2 detectives investigating this one.
Yeah.
There's so little going on in whatever it was, Rummage, Arkansas, that their assignment is, hey, there's a lady whacked out on meth with 4 deer. Can you find out what's going on over there?
See,
and they're staking it out, just fucking binoculars.
There's so little going on there, but also that's not the craziest stuff going. It's like but everything going on that is going on is crazy. I would like to go and check that out first.
What animal would you give meth to if you could?
Something that could can you give baby animals? Is that
Yeah, she's giving a baby deer.
Baby panda. I'd do a baby panda.
Baby panda.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
I think that would they look like fun in the first place, but they're a little slow. So maybe just put a little more pep in their step.
That's what you want. You want an animal that's slow that you can speed up. Like
exactly. Then it's just like normal.
Or a turtle.
Yeah.
A turtle on meth might be interesting.
Have you ever seen the turtles that go on the skateboards?
What? I've seen dogs on skateboards, not fucking turtles. What are you watching? You watching truckers and this shit?
Sorry for this tangent, but there's this lady, when she cleans her turtle tank, she puts him on one of those tech deck boards.
Okay.
And he just goes around the house really fast on the skateboard. That must be the coolest.
Yeah. Fingerboards.
Yeah, it must be the coolest thing ever for that turtle.
He's finally fast.
Yeah, and then they take him off. He's like, what the
fuck is this bullshit?
Yeah.
Oh, Mike's pulling it up. Here we go. This is awesome. Sick. Oh my God. He must be like, dude, glue this fucking thing to my underside permanently.
Yeah. It's kind of fucked up to take it away after.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that is fucked up.
It's like giving someone a deaf person hearing aids they could hear from it and taking it
out
away. Yeah,
it's
what the hell?
You like this wheelchair? See ya.
Yeah. It's did you see Mr. Beast cured blindness for people?
Yeah, there's a guy
cured blindness.
Yeah, there's a fucking guy that is he figured it out on YouTube, right? Everyone watches because he gives away the money, but he only gives away a percentage of what he's raking in from YouTube.
Yeah.
So he's just feeding himself with content, oh look, he gave away sight to 1,000 people. It's but he made $20 million on that fucking post.
Yeah, and it's also how good do you have to be doing on YouTube where it's the next step is
oh, dude, he has
curing
150
blindness.
million followers.
Curing blindness is a real video option. That's dude, you're just transcend. What?
Yeah,
a real video option that two comics will sit in a room and make fun of, it's not God mode. He's still a piece of shit.
That's fucking biblical.
Yeah, if I were to do my first Mr. Beast style video, it'd be me giving 12 cents to a homeless man. It's guys, one view from that. All right, I'm gonna build on that one view.
When I was living in Croatia, I had an idea.
How long were you living in Croatia?
I was there for a year.
Nice. What are they? Croatian?
Croatians.
How are the Croatian chicks?
They're good. They're good.
I don't know if you call them Croats, but Krauts are
Croats works. But I had an idea. I was I wanted to be the Croatian Mr. Beast, and my first video idea was last person to take their hand off the Yugo keeps it. I still want to do that one day. It's just broken down.
Yeah, people couldn't put their hands off fast.
Yeah.
Can you? What's the language over there?
Croatian.
Can you speak that?
Yeah.
Okay. No, shit.
Not well.
Shit.
And I actually.
It's funny because I can't speak English well. So we have that
Say bitches in Croatian.
Bitches. Pederi.
Pederi. I like that. Dude, I was dating...
It's actually faggots.
Oh, great. Now you just got me banned on fucking YouTube. You got me banned on Croatian YouTube for fucking saying that. Dude, I was dating a Lebanese girl for a little while when I first started comedy. And, I was asking how do you how to say some swear words in Arabic. And one of the things I asked her was how do you say go fuck your mother? She goes, you can't say that. I'm like, what do you mean you can't say that? There's a word for fuck. There's your mother.
Yeah.
Fuck your mother. She's like, yeah, but there's no combination of words in Arabic because it's so slanderous.
Yeah.
No one would ever say it. She's like, I immediately hit her with something it could not be said in that language.
You broke the language.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's that's impossible.
1,000-year-old language broken by Randy Blair.
The oldest language.
Yeah. Millennia.
Yeah, it took me 2 sentences to fucking figure out how to break it. All right, here's the last one. And this one's a doozy. The greatest personal injury case I've ever heard. Chris Goodnow, an esteemed attorney in the Valley, had picked up a client who was suing a sex toy company because he said he purchased a butt plug and didn't realize it was actually not 100% silicone, as it stated. So this guy had an MRI, right, which is a big basically a giant magnet that scans through your body. He's getting a full body MRI.
Eek.
Yep. He was wearing this butt plug. They put him in the machine. When you turn on the magnet, the metal inside that butt plug basically got rammed all the way into his intestines because it was trying to stick to the magnet of the MRI. Jesus. And it did massive internal damage.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. The article said the The doctors described it as, quote, an anal railgun. Because the way it sucked the fucking butt plug into him.
But it didn't kill him?
No, he was in critical condition. He's out of the hospital, but now he's suing the sex toy company. But the question I have is this on this one. If you're going to get an X-ray or an MRI, which peers through your body, wouldn't you want to leave the butt plug at home that day?
Yeah, take it
Even
out.
a simple X-ray, they're going to be like, hey, wait a minute. You know, like,
Yeah. That's
we could see the butt plug. You know, even if it was plastic, you could see it in there.
You're healthy, but there's actually something else we want to talk to you about.
And I'm like, why do you have to wear the butt plug to go see the doctor?
Do you think they forgot? Like,
How would you forget? It's
though?
up your ass.
Yeah.
How could you forget?
That's the only thing that would make sense.
I mean, he drove there ostensibly, like he sat on it the whole time. I'm pretty sure he's aware of it up his butt.
maybe he segued over there. we already know he's gay, so I mean, it's not like that.
Or maybe he just like weird stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But that's another.
Wait,
one.
so do you think, in your humble opinion, does he have a case here?
No,
because it's like, I don't think the butt plug, like, it shouldn't come with like a warning for MRIs, right?
Yeah, there's no way to warn against it, right? And the real suit here is false advertising. Was it truly advertised as 100% silicone, or when you actually buy the product and you look at the packaging, it's like silicone wrapped.
Yeah.
It said that anywhere on the packaging, he's got nothing.
Yeah,
he's got nothing, nothing to show for it.
We're gonna have to go.
But even still, I think a reasonable judge would be like, you probably should know if you're going into MRI to not have anything on your body. They tell you explicitly to take all your shit off, even if you have like a wedding ring that's a lot of people wear like some of those chrome or tungsten ones that aren't aren't actually magnetic or whatever. It's like just take all the shit off.
Yeah.
You're going into a machine that could fuck with your internal organs.
That's he remembers at the last second after they say like, okay, you got anything that metal on you, and he's like, oh shit, I probably should take this out.
Yeah,
wait a minute, guys, takes it out there.
Yeah,
Where was this again? Was this in LA? Did it say?
It didn't say. It said the Valley. I'm not sure if it's the Valley here or the Valley in Arizona.
I hope it's somewhere like.
Well, I'll tell you right now, based on the storyline, it's probably a LA-based thing.
Yeah. Storyline's definitely LA.
Yeah, I don't think anyone living in the Shenandoah Valley is walking around with a butt plug up their ass on a regular basis.
But
I'm saying? These are normal people with real jobs.
I would love for like like the lawyer having to go to a jury that's not going to be on their side.
Yeah.
Like,
also, when he went to law firms looking to sue these people, do you think every lawyer just laughed in his face the first time they said the story?
Yeah.
All right, so this is what happened, Doc. Or
dude, it is pretty surprising that like survived though. Like,
I know, dude. I didn't know those magnets were also that powerful. I mean, obviously it had a metal core, and it's a butt plug is big enough,
yeah.
But like, what if you ate like 2 grams of metal shavings? Is it like Magneto, where if you got in the fucking thing, it just comes ripping out of your stomach?
All I could think was Magneto the whole time.
Like, jing, 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 yeah, just come fucking right out of you.
Damn,
who knows?
Kind of like a cool suit. Yeah.
Like, what if you have a bullet lodged?
What about fillings in your teeth?
Yeah, fillings in your teeth. But like I said, or what if you've been shot before and you have like a bullet fragment, like if you're a
50 Cent.
Yeah.
50 Cent, or like a soldier who came back from Iraq, you have some shrapnel in your leg, and you go to MRI, it's like, oh, fuck, wham, it comes flying out again.
Well, they probably tell you can't get an MRI, and you have those fragments in you.
Yeah, this guy should have known he had a butt plug in it.
That's
Like
why
when you go through the metal detector on the airport.
If I'm one of those guys, that's why I'm going to MRI. Get the shit out of me.
Exactly, yeah, suck this fucker out of me.
Yeah. Fucking bullets been in my hip for like fucking 5 years.
Yeah. Dude, you know what's crazy about that? And I didn't know that this is like true for any foreign object in your body. If you have something lodged in your body that's not supposed to be there, and even if it's deeply in there, over time it will work its way to the surface, and your body will try to expel it.
Really?
So like if you have like a shrapnel injury or an old bullet wound, and the fragment's still in there, there's a high probability that over the course of 6, 7, 8 years, it'll work its way towards the surface, and you can go back and get it removed.
And then
it's like safely removed, which is crazy that your body can somehow like move a foreign object up to the surface, get it out of here. Yeah, after enough time, it's wild, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, the girls I'm with, their body definitely knows how to remove a foreign object.
I wish, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd never have to use a rubber again. Georgie, always fun having you on, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Let people know
That's
where they can
fun.
find you.
Just George Dulcich on Instagram.
Yep, you'll see him on more often now.
Yeah.
That's easy for him to get on the
hell
podcast.
yeah.
Always have a blast having you on.
Reoccurring guest. And I want to do Molly's again. That was fun.
For sure, definitely.
Yeah.
I'll keep you in the loop on that. And
Thank
this is
you.
going to be the new studio. So you guys will be hearing a lot more of my guy,
Yeah.
Mike Nell, super producer. But that's it for this week, guys. We love you. Check you next time. Peace.